Ryan in Baltimore, how are you?
Right. Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Well, thanks.
I'm pretty good. So I guess the reason I'm calling, what I wanted to talk about was something that's been on my mind lately, the notion of respect for the dead. There was a news story I'd heard recently, and it might have just been a local story, it might not have made the news out there, of a woman who had been caught on surveillance cameras taking a stuffed teddy bear doll off of the grave of I presume a toddler or something that had passed away. And the entire, the comments and everybody who read the story was just absolutely outraged that she should do such a thing. And all I could do was just sit there thinking, yes, so what? The child was dead. It could no longer enjoy it. It was effectively this woman picked up a toy that was left laying in a field, and I'm wondering if I'm completely the jerk in this situation, or have we put this overinflated sense of respect for the dead on...
I think this is more about respect for the living.
Yeah,
somebody put that there out of their loving association with that child who had died, and someone disrespected that relationship. That's the problem.
Yeah, I guess, and certainly I could see the argument if, she had dug up a grave, smashed open a mausoleum or something. It just seemed like not a big thing to me, and I guess I'm just a trick.
I think if that was your dead child that you left the teddy bear for, it might be a bigger thing to you.
I mean, you might be the kind of person who's not going to bother leaving a teddy bear at the grave of your kid, but if you were, it'd probably be a bigger deal. That's the thing, is that funerals and grave sites and that stuff, they're not for the dead, they're for the living. Memorial services are for the living. Now, when I die, I'm donating my body to science, give out whichever bits somebody can use and experiment on the rest and then burn it up so that it's not taking any, whatever the hell you want to do to it. I don't care. I'm dead. It can't possibly bother me. But one of the things is that it's not so much respect for the dead. It's about people's relationships and their memories. And if somebody comes along and, puts a teddy bear at the grave of one of their children who've died, and somebody comes along and steals it, well, first of all, it's theft. If nothing else, it's theft. You took something that didn't belong to you. And what you're doing is you're saying, I don't have any respect for the dead or the memory, and I don't care if you do or not, I'm taking this. And it's just kind of a dick move to do.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess I hadn't really thought of it that way. I just was thinking, like I said, the individual couldn't enjoy it anymore, so what was the harm? But yeah, I guess I just hadn't thought of it that way.
Now, the other thing is that, if we do a better job of teaching people about life and about death being an eventuality, and give them better tools to cope so that they can grieve properly and that we don't have to rely on religious ideas about souls in an afterlife and making up to people, in an afterlife, I think we might see some changes in how people generally view death and the dying and the dead. And it would not necessarily be problematic to talk to somebody and say, why is it that you keep going back to this grave year after year? Is it just to bring up a memory? Because I've seen people stand there and talk, hey mom, here's what's going on. Do they really think that the deceased is listening? Many of them probably do. Many of them think that they're up in heaven, and maybe the gravesite acts as a conduit of some sense.
Yeah.
But I think if we do a better job of teaching people how to cope with loss in that way, you might see a little change about how we, memorialize our dead, if we do it all.
All right.
Cool.
Well, cool, great. Big fan of the show. I love watching it, and thanks for the chance to talk.
Sure. Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, no problem.